Hi Scorpio, and welcome to your weekly tarot reading. So as usual, I'll pull you additional guidance card before I shuffle the rest of the deck. So one card please. Okay, this card guys is so old and tattered. Try not judge me. I get very attached to my cards. Okay, a deck can stay with me for years before I let go of it. I can't help it. Sometimes I try and use a new deck and I just can't. I go all over the place, okay? So the Deep Knowing card does talk about a connection, okay? Tends to be a relationship card, but can obviously, because it's got two moons in it for one thing, but it quite often talks about the knowing about personal direction, some decision that's been made, something like that. It's a card that I particularly like, actually. It can be very powerful card. So let's shuffle, cut the card, shuffle the deck, and then we'll cut one more time, okay? And then we'll do your weekly reading. There'll be links below to your August general reading and links to the Vimeo, which is the relationship readings, okay? If you need some extra guidance. So let me split 3 more times and see what's going on. So 7 of Swords behind you. Maybe some truths not being said, some communication not being had. The Gift is a Devil card. It's the Gift, which means this is Capricorn, Saturn. I'll talk about it more in a minute. The Challenge is the 6 of Wands. Okay, 3 of Swords showing up in your relationship. This is other people's energy, Scorpio. This isn't your energy. And I'm just realizing it's right over the 7 of Swords here. So maybe there's some people in your life who've had some sort of heartache, or there seems to be a little bit of difficulty. It's all Swords cards, remember? I'll find out more, don't worry. There you go, the Ace of Cups underneath the Devil card. Devil card is Capricorn, by the way, but it doesn't have to be about a person. If it's a Devil card, it might be dealing with the establishment and some sort of good energy coming through that. And then you get the Queen of Swords and the 10 of Cups. Both came out at the same time, okay? So it's these 2 cards that are sticking out for me. Now this position represents how other people are showing up for you, which means there might be some other people who are having some personal challenges here. Tell me why people are showing up in this way for Scorpio, please. Okay, you get the Emperor. And that 7 of Swords. Ooh, I might be only reading for a couple of people, by the way. Nothing I can do if that happens. And we need to have grace. We need to... The Emperor is someone who stuffs down his true feelings. Yeah, he's the Emperor. Doesn't feel very rigid, very focusy. He's a fantastic business builder, but when it comes to the matter of the heart, he's very he's quite stiff. I don't know which word to use, Scorpio. Is it okay to use the word up? I was about to use another word, but now I'm going to use uptight. Because underneath this facade lies the 3 of Swords. So there's some people in your life, and because of that 7 of Swords over it, there's almost, I think I might be reading for one person. Oh my gosh. There's maybe a relationship dynamic here, Scorpio, when what's showing up are people who will not be straightforward with what they actually feel. And I'm thinking about quite a few of you that I read for, and I can definitely see the dynamic here. Because the Emperor Emperor would say, so say for example someone loves you. There's definitely love around here, by the way. Rather than revealing what they feel, they'll just stuff it all down. And that's what creates cards like the Three of Swords and the Seven of Swords. There's a lot of shadow energy. So again, shadow energy is just repressed energy, repressed emotions, repressed desires by the looks of it. Not easy, Scorpio, actually, but this is not your energy. Some people would say absolutely that's not true. If something comes into our field, then it's also part of us, yeah. But I'm only doing a general reading, so I'm not going to do a big karmic storyline reading. Give me one more card to clarify. Yeah, look, Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands can mean someone's finishing off a karmic cycle. The tens all represent conclusions, but that Ten of Wands, I'm sorry, I'm thinking about how heavy its energy is. And I always think, see, this can just be goddamn hard work. But because of the rest of the cards, and because you're Scorpio, I will read this as in someone who's not quite been true or true to themselves or as expressive about what's really going on. Okay, can I move on to the gift, please? I'm sorry, I sort of didn't expect that. And I'm sort of thinking back to your general reading because you got the Tower card in your relationships for the Knight of Cups. Absolutely, one of my favourite relationship cards because it breaks through that which has been stuck. It breaks through the devil, basically. Because really, a lot of people approach me when they want to have change. And the cards that bring change tend to be the Tower and the Aces, okay? So the Tower, the devil is the gift. So why are you the gift, mister? Tell me why you're the gift. The High Priestess. So these appear, the devil appears to block our pathway sometimes, okay? But this is the gift, and if this is to do with a relationship dynamic, it's because this cycle's not been completed yet. So you don't, you know, I have certain rules for my life, Scorpio, and one of them is not to go out with someone who's in the Ten of Wands. It's a cycle that's not being complete, and their karma becomes our karma. So it's almost saying whatever's blocked a bit here is not a negative. Again, keep connecting with your own source. So what's this beautiful Ace of Cups about then? So something's coming. What is the Ace of Cups about? God, yeah, two aces. New beginnings, new potentials, particularly to do with love and passion. But there's an ironic story playing that already has these beautiful new aces, but around other people, it's like, oh, they're right in the heart and the eye of the storm. And I think that's why the devil and the High Priestess is working in your favour. Because you know what, Scorpio, and I know life isn't black and white, but sometimes allowing people's stories to play out from a little bit of a distance saves us so much pain. And maybe that's what's been told here. Anyhow, you've got these two aces. You ain't got anything to worry about here. The aces I just love them because they're all about new life and new possibilities and new love, and possibly some new passion. But the challenge is the Six of Wands, and I think the Six of Wands is a challenge because of other people's energy, which means it's like you're not, you know, sometimes we don't always see what's going on behind the scenes, yeah? So we see the Devil card as a punishment, or nothing's moving, when actually everything's moving. We just can't quite see it in front of our eyes yet. That's what's sort of been reading, that's what's happening here. And you've got these two beautiful aces. But I wonder what these aces, they're with the Lovers card. What to say here? I don't know what is going on then. Because you've got this beautiful new energy, but other people's are still in this space. So maybe, Scorpio, this is about a new relationship or an existing relationship. And the person's not been, maybe they've had some sort of bereavement, some sort of heartache. All their energy's been going into manifestation, being the Emperor, being all stiff. And maybe as they complete their cycle, the feelings of this being new potential and new love is still around for you. I'm a little bit confused. Anyhow, your outcome is the Queen of Swords. So she's an air sign person. So that sort of energy, okay? She is about the Queen of Swords isn't as much relational. She takes a step back. Look, she's got 360-degree vision. And when you've got 360-degree vision, you try and let storylines run their course without getting overly involved, which means you don't, if other people are swimming in their shit, you don't have to jump in with them, Scorpio. We can love people in a way that we get to keep our own boundaries. It's a sort of work of a lifetime, by the way. And then you get the Ten of Cups, which is about emotional joy, the rainbow after the storm. There's something very, 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 very interesting happening here. And it's all playing out, I think, for almost most of you in the relationship dynamics. I still don't know. It's almost like there's people in your life that are going through some sort of huge ending, maybe. Or for some of you, this is just real hard work. Emperor and the Ten of Wands is work, 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 but not had any time for you. That's another way for you that are in a already existing established relationship, because I know a lot of you are that I read for. This is about being, they're really tired, so there ain't much time for love. I think that's going to change here, and there'll be a ignition, there'll be a relighting of the fires, okay? But try and remember, any delays are in your favour, which means there's a greater story playing out here than what we can see. And that's who the Queen of Swords is. Yeah. She'd be the oracle. Someone that you would consult so the bigger picture can be seen. Very, very, very intriguing reading, Scorpio. Okay, lots of love, and I'll speak to you next week. Oh, and the links will be below to your August reading. Bye.